In 1904, I had such a success with spring that I decided to paint the seasons. I was looking for a spot to paint summer when I had a letter from J. Milner Kite, an Anglo-French-American painter, inviting me to go to Brittany. So thinking it might solve the problem of the picture, I went to Beg Mai, taking with me Spring, the little German girl, and Shiel, an Irishman with nothing to do. After working all day from a model in the country, it's always been a relief to me to have a third person, male or female, to take the sitter off my hands, so to speak, and reduce the strain for both model and painter. Shiel served my purpose in that he shared the scandal, if there should be one, of my taking a beautiful girl to the country for months at a time. Staying in the same hotel were two girls whom I used to see on their veranda at morning coffee as I passed on my way to work with my 6-foot canvas strapped to my shoulders. Kite informed me that they were Americans with their mother and that he was trying to paint the elder one, who I could see was very beautiful, and he added that he would be forever indebted to me if I could give him a hand. I was only too glad to show off, especially before such loveliness. And as it's invariably much easier to work on another man's canvas when he's got into difficulties than it is on one's own under similar circumstances, in a very short time I was looked upon by the sitter as a master and treated with great respect, not to say admiration. I cannot say that I was appreciated by the mother, whom Kite called the old Chicago dame, which I thought disrespectful, since she had commissioned him to paint her daughter. Mrs. Martin had her knitting and her sharp American eye on the company. The exquisite little Dorothy, whose destiny it was to be outshone by the still greater lights of her sister, dived deep down into a book, pretending to have not the slightest interest in the art talk, which the rest of us endlessly carried on. I cannot understand to this day what Hazel saw in me. She said I reminded her of Harry Lauder. I was more than twice her age. I was travelling with a model. It's true that Kite and Shiel were with us. I was a widower with a daughter almost as old as herself. I was Irish, to her a nationality associated with Tammany Hall, and she was already engaged to a young surgeon, son of the famous Dr. Trudeau, at whose sanatorium Robert Louis Stevenson was an impatient inmate, breaking up his furniture to make a fire in the intense cold which eventually drove him to Honolulu. Mrs. Martin, observing the interest her daughter was showing in me, sent Trudeau a message to come at once or he would lose Hazel. He came, he observed, and he married her.